Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man. We're back, and we just finished taking out the false preacher, and we need to talk to Alphanod. Where have you been, Roland? The false inquisitor has been slain. Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you to revel in your victory just yet. What? We can celebrate once we've secured the Enterprise. I'm sure you'll agree it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Drillman a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Of course they will. They're always a step behind. Well, hopefully this guy's willing to talk to us now. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor should still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to you that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravarians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we've been able to ascertain, it is still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurance that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long the ruin has served as Dravorian foothold in Corthius, from which they have struck out at us with the pressing regularity. Though we have pursued them back beyond the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillmont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Iscardian aid. Well, he says we, but he means me. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathalin of your impending visit. May Haloni guide you, scions. Well, it looks like we're going into another dungeon. Now we're heading out to Stone Vigil. It's not too far. It's right there. You can see it. Hail, Roland! Lord Drillman has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. All right, everybody. I'll see you when I'm done. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon's not our concern. We've come for the airship, and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Roland, you stay here and keep an eye on that beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we're ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? That settles it then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. So you mean to slay Garuda next, huh? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests. A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers, the XIV are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet, only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, that you live that long. Alphanod, the dragon. Confound it all. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Roland? Roland, are you all right? Speak to me. "12 be praised. I feared the beast had injured you." I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid's working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. Thanks for all the concern. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Well, yeah, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is all so familiar. I know this ship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. Well, we find ourselves back in Gridania. We've got the Enterprise here. Not too bad looking for being stuck in there for 6 years, 5 years. How I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelves Wood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seed Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from their talons, it must needs be done soon. Though I'm no expert on working of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that might not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements. But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of the corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Roland, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Erosia. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert wind-aspected aether comprising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might, a scholar by the name of Lambertine, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, I would talk to him for many hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was a result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Roland, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. More work for me. Well, all right, we're heading back to Thanalan. Alright, where are we? I get disoriented when I teleport. I think he's in this back room here. They gonna pick that poor person up off the ground? Ah, sir. Why, yes, I'm Professor Lambertine. Beg pardon? You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. Would that be me? Maybe. Ah, so rare it is to find a fellow intellectual in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit, to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egads, man. At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from exposure to this harmful energy. I'm beginning to wonder if you've sufficient qualification to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Luckily for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystal you seek within the warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects, though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Kahasaka, a student of mine, monitoring the flow of aether at High Bridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. Yeah, this sounds simple. We're going to go get a crystal, right? Not going to be that easy. We're going to talk to several different scientists before we eventually get it, and they're going to want us to do stuff which will lead us into fights, obviously. Oh, you can get this crystal, but it happens to be right there where these big monsters are, and nobody can kill them but you. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. So I headed the wrong way, but I'm back on track. Got here in the middle of a fight, looks like. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. What have we here? A containment vessel. Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambert. You thieving knave! I shall call for the... Oh, you say the man himself lent it to you. Then you must have sought me per his instruction, which means he believes my experience is enough to expound upon this explanation. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. After calling me an imbecile. Oh, good day. Oh, Callie, that I should be chosen to guide this man. Yes, I, the greatest of Professor Lambert's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable. In fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that not but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths amidst the flowing waters and the murderous Mirranites lie the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. All right. Into the trenches. Not my fight. I think I gotta go through here. And then down. I always get lost up here. There's a couple of different ways you can go. And I gotta go down. Down to Goblin Town. Down to Goblin Town. I gotta get over to that path over there, and that's the part that's a little bit confusing. Let's see if we can. There's a turn up here that you have to take. And is it this way? It's this way. See, normally you wouldn't think there was a road here. If you come down here, it doesn't look like there's a road there. It looks like a cliff. So you go this way, and that's where I always get messed up. There's a road back here that you can't see. Alright, I think it's back there. Let me pull out a little buddy here, just in case I have to fight. I might be... yeah, I'm going to have to get that guy. Oh, there's... darn it. Where did he come from? He was behind me. Always look behind you. Chocobo, are you going to heal me or not? I don't see. Well, here's the corrupted cluster. You remember that that precision instrument you gave me? It's a friggin' hammer. It's just a hammer. It's a precision instrument. All right, we got it. Let's get out of here. Go back the way we came, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I just broke the crystal off. I didn't actually get it. Oh, no. That's exactly it. I didn't take it. Oh, jeez. That would have been disappointing. Now to get out of here safely. I actually think this is the first time I went down there in all these years and didn't take the wrong road down. It's just that I happened to think about it as I was talking to you guys and realized, wait, this is the juncture I always get lost. There's a lot of places to get lost in this game, I tell you. And you can pretty much go anywhere. If you can't get there, then you don't need to get there. I see you've come galumphing back. Have you the crystal then? What the hell is galumphing? What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lamberton will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how helpful I was. Okay. Let's head back. And again, it's not going to be this simple. You know it's not going to be enough. Well, this is a good crystal, but... it's almost like they don't really expect me to follow through. Oh, what? You actually went and got it? Professor, I'm back. My keen scholar sense tells me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal. Am I right? If you would grant me just a moment to examine the crystal. It is as you desired, a corrupted crystal overflowing with a wind-aspected aether. Remind me, for what the purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected aether. Oh dear, that may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objective from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Habasco. I didn't pronounce that right, I know. But what is science if not trial and error? And you truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Think, man. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You will doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the etherical studies conducted by the students of Badassian. You've heard of them. Well, I don't mean to boast, but I've a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you all right? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Well, anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. All right, so where do I have to look? You can tell me that. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not at all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Sienna, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lenosha. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lenosha was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an imperial castrum. Well, now, that made for an amusing anecdote. It was western Lenosha, Pharos Sirius, one of the Isles of Umbra, to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dalamud's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she is still in Aleport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Sienna's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you're unprepared for the task. All right, I guess we're going to Lenosha. Aleport. All right, we're in Aleport. Yes, we are. Let's go find her. Should be that cute little redhead up there on that balcony. Hello? Eh? Corrupted crystals? Sir, I've no interest in being the butt of your jokes. So, if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly please leave me be. Well, I'll be damned. The professor did send you. Well, beg your pardon. It seems that we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Sienna, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I'm an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... oh gods, just listen to me prattle on. I must have given this an introduction a dozen times by now. As I told the professor in many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharos Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I've yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present, for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great detail to the subject of my questioning. Mayhap you will have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've all but given up at this point. Okay. I think there's one up here on the balcony. Take a shortcut. Hello. Ah, you startled me. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this? What, with all this facetious gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Okay. Let's see, I think there's another, well, I don't know. Over there, somehow. Oh wait, here we go. Right here. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra? Bloody hell, lad. Are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death. Death and more death. Well, I guess we want to go where there's death. See if we can find the last one. Down here, I think. Oh, geez, almost went out in the water. The Isles of Umbra? What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Sirius, the Isles have become not more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for the souls dragged down to the depths with them. Alright. Alright, we'll go back and talk to Sienna again. This is probably the same information she got told, so no big surprise. She probably put him to sleep with all her scientific talk. Ah, Roland, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with undead, you say? That is a very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. Well, worry not, friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all travel to the Isles of Umbra is restricted, well, mayhap is considered too dangerous owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius. Yes, well, anyway, while you were questioning those yellow jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion. It was there that I heard tell of a man named XIV, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first I've heard of someone actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. Arrested? Evidently, he didn't have permission to go there. We couldn't have found this out when we were just here. I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Tell Momodua I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Or Or could you release me? Yes, yes, please me, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go to her. What the hell's he yabbering on about? So we got to find this guy he's talking about. Maybe Sienna knows who he is. Memodio? Oh, I can't remember. They all have weird names. What did he say? That's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care less how much he misses his favorite bar wench. But what was that about a man named Memodoa? Wait, I know that name. That's that bastard who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going to anywhere near him and his wandering hands. Oh, it's a Lalafell. That's probably all he could reach for was her ass. Pardon my French. Another initiate, are ye? No. Then what are you? Speak up, son. I can't hear. Huh? Buggered me. Is this what I think it is? Ah, wouldn't be. You found this, you say? Where'd you say you found it? Skyfriend. Oh. Was hoping to have word with that lad, but it sounds like there's not left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help patch up Pharaoh Sirius. He was. Company sent me to supervise the lot of them. We're getting work done on their own, you see, but half of them walked off. Half of them ran off. And half of them up and just vanished. Well, wait a minute. That's 3 halves. How's that work? What's that? You've been looking for passage to the Isles of Umbra. Why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of old Memodoa. Tell me how the land lies, you know? Ain't nobody been interested till you came a-calling. Whole port's up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hire some sellswords and let 'em sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, will you? Show this parchment to the skipper, and he'll see that you there and back. Okay, who's the skipper? Where's the skipper? Oh, do I have to go talk to Sienna? Well, you know she's not going to go, so she's going to make me go. Should have just went and talked to the skipper. So you went and had a word with Memodoa. I hope the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounted to something. Sure did. You mean that disgusting creature was Skyfriend's superior? I find that hard to believe. But this writ of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say, it is a relief to work with such an industrious man as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you will make on the Isles of Umbra. Without me, of course. Well, fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 as my witness, if you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. Well, that's fair, I guess. Ah, take me to the Isles of Umbra, he bids, as if it's that simple. Oh, I see you've got a writ of passage. Well, all right then, climb aboard. All right, here we are. Let's talk to Sienna. She did come. This doesn't seem all that bad. I'm not saying I'd like to build a summer home here, but oh, the hell's with this. Here, take your pot and go without me. You've harvested corrupted crystals before, right? So it isn't as though you require my assistance. Speak to the man guarding the gate. I'm sure he'll let you in. Now, if you would please excuse me. She's running back. Well, okay. Here's the guy at the gate. All right, I think this is going to be a good spot for me to rest. When we come back, I'll talk to the guy at the gate, and I would imagine we were going to have something to fight. So, hope you had fun, and I hope to see you then. Ta-ta for now.